So it all started in a pub, didn't it? It was one of those kind of bright ideas that people have in a pub and never carry out, but it worked out very differently, didn't it?
It did, yes. We'd been talking about kind of making our own samples, and I'd been working on some violin sampling and a little bit of double bass sampling, and I think you'd been working on...
Yeah, a Charango sample I did with my brother, just got him to play every note differently, which is not how people made samples then.
Yeah, trying to kind of engineer life into the process, and so we decided to get our credit cards out and go in some downtime at Air Studios and try and make a chamber strings library, because we weren't really very happy with anything that was commercially available.
Absolutely, and instead of kind of recording it like samples, we just recorded it like you would a film score, but one note at a time.
Yeah, so the same mics, the same pre's, really great players with great instruments. And I think Harry Gregson Williams, who you'd been working with, was the first person to actually use those patches, and he immediately started using them in Narnia, I think it was.
Yeah, absolutely.
And he really encouraged us to kind of keep going and to complete that first library. And we gathered a few more users.
Yes, it was just a couple. I mean, by the end of this bespoke project, it was just a couple of dozen users, but very kind of high-end, enthusiastic people like John Powell encouraging us to do the brass and all of that kind of stuff. We had a nice credit on Avatar very early on.
Yeah, no, it was great. And then that's we got to a point where, for a variety of reasons, one of the libraries we produced, a percussion library, I think it was, and we were working on a solo strings library, and for a variety of reasons, we realised that we needed to recoup these by kind of selling them commercially. So that was the genesis of Spitfire as a kind of commercial entity. And I think the first big project we did was Albion.
That's correct. We just thought it was an interesting experiment just to see what it would be like to kind of cram tools into a single product, which would make it really quick to write. I was working on a really big kind of multi-episodic series, and we just thought it would be kind of an interesting experiment, and that was the genesis of Albion.
Yeah, so we worked on various other products, and at that point I was living in LA. Christian, you were working here at Tileyard, but in your own kind of composing room, and we quickly realised that we needed to actually be geographically aligned and to kind of build a proper HQ with studios and with our offices and editing suites.
And we've built, as pictured on screen, ending up back in the pub, we've built a fantastic team of people, and it's only because of this amazingly talented group of people that we've just in 3 years' time have created 60 additional products, and where we are today with Spitfire.
Yeah, so we've got a lot of interesting projects on the horizon. Lots of things that are already recorded and just in the kind of post-production process, and lots of things that are in the kind of planning stages as well. So 2016 is going to be an exciting year for Spitfire.
Indeed. Cheers to you all.